So I woke up this morning to this. So, usual chime, it's all running good. Then I would kind of expect to see something happening on the screen now. Oh, there's the Apple logo. That's good. Then we've got the twirly thing. Things are happening. It looks like the computer is working. And it's just like this every morning. Except in this case, it's not like every morning. The computer is dead. I have no idea what's gone wrong with this machine, right? I have a iMac 27-inch with a 3TB Fusion drive. And what I suspect has happened is that one of the components of the Fusion drive, and on an Apple machine, a Fusion drive is a 128 gig solid state drive, and in this case a 3TB hard drive. And they are, kind of smashed together in some kind of RAID array, which is automatically administered by the computer itself. And if one of those components fail, the entire array stops working. And I believe that's what's happened here. I cannot go into the recovery mode on this computer. It helpfully gives me this no sign here to let me know that yes, your computer is screwed. You can't actually do anything with this machine at the moment. I can't go into the recovery mode. I can't launch from my backups, and oh, thank goodness I made this backup, because I literally made this Time Machine backup. I checked it yesterday and I did a verification and it said the backup was corrupt, so I redid the entire backup, and thankfully, hopefully, because I can't check the backup, this is going to have all my stuff on it. Because otherwise, I've just lost everything I've done in the last 2 weeks. Now, it's only 2 weeks that I've lost because in those 2 weeks I've been also rotating hard drives. I take one hard drive and I take it to another place as an off-site backup, which is something that I've learned through many years of my university degree, just to keep backing up things all the time. So thankfully, I'm only going to lose 2 weeks. But I had a really cool unboxing video that I wanted to upload today, which I can't do because of what's happening here. I wanted to bring this computer to my local Apple store for a Genius Bar kind of appointment, but surprise, surprise, it's so busy in this area that they've completely all booked out today. So I may have to try and, find a way of getting this to another store. I think the moral to take away from it, and what's crazy about this is that my first solution in mind when I encountered this problem was to think I should get another Mac, right? Because I need to do work. And I feel like I'm in some sort of crazy Stockholm syndrome where like this has happened and I can't open this machine up and I can't do anything about it, and I can't fix it. But at the same time, there's all these programs, especially Final Cut Pro X, which I actually use to edit these videos. I've used Adobe Premiere. I don't really like it as much as Final Cut Pro X. That's why I've always stuck with these Macs. But I feel like I'm stuck in this Stockholm syndrome where immediately my only instinct, the only thing that pops to mind is that I should build another Mac. Buy another Mac. A lot of people recommend that I should build a Mac, make a Hackintosh. The only problem I have with building a Hackintosh is that I don't like the idea that subsequent software updates, when I had to get a software update to, say, fix a security patch or something that's very urgently that needs to be fixed, I can't do that because perhaps the new software update will update some new drivers and the entire thing will stop working with subsequent software updates. I don't know. Maybe if you run a Hackintosh, you can tell me if that is something that happens with Hackintosh computers. But at the moment, I can't do anything about this computer. I have my Surface Pro. I could be doing editing and stuff on the Surface Pro with Adobe Premiere. Unfortunately, I left my charger back at my parents' place, so I have about 10% battery life left. I'll have to get one of this. Now, I would go out and buy a new charger, but Microsoft, surprise, surprise, has terrible, terrible local support for the Surface in Australia. So the chargers are all out of stock everywhere in Australia. And when I asked Microsoft on the phone, what can I do? Can I do a back order for one of the chargers? Can I order one in advance? They say, no, there's no facility for their online store for you to back order items. You have to check back every now. They literally told me on the phone, the solution is to check back every now and then to see if it's in stock. Now, obviously, if it went in stock one day and there was 5 of them and then 5 of them were all sold, it'd be out of stock again. And if I didn't check that very single nanosecond to see whether they were in stock, because I'm sure I'm not the only person in Australia who needs a Surface Pro charger, I can't do anything with this machine if it runs out of battery. So I'm gonna have to try and get the battery back. Look, it's only a few. I'm only losing a few days here, but it is really frustrating because I remember back when I had a PC that I could build, if there was a part that was broken, I could open it up and fix it. And I get it now that these computers are all really sleek and beautiful and nice. But in the case of the iMac, this machine, I'm never going to look at the back of this thing. I'm not going to look at the back of this thing ever. I don't care how thin it is. I would like this computer to be serviceable. And they say, oh, you could buy the Mac Pro, but you know, the Mac Pro is several thousand kilobucks. Right? You know, I'm just, I don't know what to do, right? I'm almost on the verge, and this is, as I said, it's insane, but I'm almost on the verge. I found that with the Surface Pro, I love this machine, and you know, I really like using it, but my needs have kind of changed since I moved into this new place. So when I go elsewhere, I can't really do some of the things that I need the applications on the Mac to do on the Surface Pro. So I'm almost thinking of selling this machine and buying like a 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro, because I could be doing even more work on that, and I'd have a solid keyboard that I could type in on the train and everything, because I'm catching the train a lot more than I used to in this new place because it doesn't have a car space. So, you know, maybe I'm going to make a hasty decision. So I'm kind of making this video so that I can get some idea of your opinions and what you think I should be doing, while I see if I can cart this off to the Apple Store and get it repaired. But yeah, this is kind of like my sort of disaster catastrophe review of the 27-inch 27-inch iMac. I'll tell you now, from a data redundancy standpoint, do not get a Fusion drive, because if one of the drives in that array fails, your entire array cannot be accessed, and that means that basically your chance of failure is doubled over having just a hard drive and a solid state drive. I mean, solid state drives are meant to be pretty reliable. I don't know what's failed in this array, but your chance of failure is doubled because you have no redundancy here. If one of these drives fail, you've kind of lost it. And I normally run a NAS at home, like a network addressed storage unit at home. It has like 3 drives, and they're all from different manufacturers, so if one of them fails, it doesn't really matter. I kind of regret getting the Fusion drive, but the only option other than that was to have gone for, say, a mechanical drive, which I find very slow, or a solid state drive, which would have been extremely expensive. Anyway, I guess I will make more videos to update you on this situation, but I might be a bit slower in the next week or so in terms of updating videos. I'm going to try and use the YouTube video editor to upload this particular video, and it's going to go straight with no edits or anything like that, so you can tell that this rant is straight from the heart. But I hope the rest of your week is better than mine, considering that I cannot do any work now without my computers.